welcome in. I'm Natalie. Thank you for joining me today for this short sequence with a focus on focus. So let's go ahead and get started in Caterpillar Pose. So coming into a forward fold, letting your legs come out long in front of you, and then just rounding over, folding any amount. And just settling in, letting gravity pull you down while you're here, working to relax as many muscles as possible. Start to bring your awareness or your focus inward. Notice your tailbone rooting down. You feel your heels pushing into the ground. If your palms are touching your mat, just notice the feeling of that connection. And focus on your breathing. Just keep your breath smooth and steady. Relax your face. And with every exhale you take, just work to release a little more. Just letting gravity pull you down a little bit closer. And if there's any more muscles you can release while working to keep your attention on your body and on your breath. If your mind has wandered away, bring your attention back to your breath. Really notice the new air coming into your lungs. Notice the expansion or the rise of your body on your inhale. And on your exhales, focus on emptying out, sinking down a little bit more. Just holding here about one more minute. Working to keep your attention on your inhales, on your exhales. Working to allow your body to relax into this caterpillar shape. Find a round of breath together. Nice big inhale, filling up your lungs. Exhale, release. Let's lower down a little bit more. And slowly rise up. Moving slow, let your head, your neck be the last thing to come up. Before moving your legs, maybe planting your hands behind you. Option to point fingers towards your low back, just kind of stretching out the wrists also. Then from here, just lift your heart. Let your neck fall back a little bit. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable. And from there, bringing legs in, finding some movements for the legs. Kind of rock those side to side. Maybe it's kind of just bending, unbending, so moving in a way that feels good in your body. And then from here, coming into a Yogi Squat. So having your feet as wide as you need. So you can have your heels, your whole foot planted firmly down. And then just bringing your hands to heart center. Push each palm into each other. Option to even push out a little bit into your knees. Just feel how that affects the sensations at your hip. And just settling in. And knowing you'll be here for just a little while. So closing your eyes. And again, working to find some of those same things as in the first shape. So notice your feet connecting down with the ground. Just feel your strong base. And feel your tailbone just relaxing down to gravity. Tune into your breathing. And just focusing on it, not changing necessarily anything about it. Just really notice the air coming in. Maybe it's moving your chest or expanding your belly. Feel the air moving out, making new space. Just relaxing more into the shape. And bringing your focus to just all parts of your body. What can you relax here? There may be areas where sensations might feel a little intense. So notice if that's made you tense up other parts, your face, your jaw, even your hands. Feel your palms connecting with each other. Option to even touch your thumbs towards your heart. Knowing you'll be here for a few more rounds of breath. Just using your breath to breathe through any intense sensations, any discomfort. Keeping your breath smooth, keeping your breath steady. Before moving out of the shape, let's find a round of breath together. Take a big inhale, continuing to relax your body, feeling the connection. And exhale, release, still relaxing into the shape. And from there, maybe blinking your eyes open, slowly moving out. So releasing hands. Maybe slowly lowering yourself down into your tush. And from here, just taking a couple movements. Maybe stretching out your legs feels good. Kind of lifting the heart. And then moving on into the next shape, seal pose, which will feel really good after a Yogi Squat. Looking something like this. Knowing, of course, as an option, if this is too much for your low back, just starting to lower down. You can come down to forearms, you can come all the way down to your chin. This one won't be held too long, but working while you're here again to bring your focus inward. Relax. Relax into the shape. Try to keep your breath relaxed. Legs, just loose. Notice maybe your thighs or the tops of your feet connecting down with your mat. You focus on your breath for a minute, noticing if the pace has gotten maybe a little shorter, a little more shallow. Untensing face muscles, untensing shoulders. And using your breath to guide you through this pose. Knowing you'll be here for just a few more rounds of breath. Unclenching feet, unclenching face. Focusing on your breath. And let's find one round of breath together. Deep breath in. Sigh something mouth out. Exhale. Breathe out. And blinking eyes open. And from here, pushing yourself back. Maybe moving really slow, noticing the sensations in your low back as you move back into a child's pose. So just curling up into a ball and just finding that roundness in your back. Also an option to just lie all the way flat down on your belly. And just finding a few rounds of breath here, really letting the low back just relax after an intense compression. Keep your focus on your body, on your breath. Notice if your mind has wandered away. Just taking a couple more breaths here. And finding one more back bend neck. Find a round of breath together. Big breath in. Feel the new air coming into your lungs. Exhale, breath out. Releasing as much as you can. And from there, slowly, just really slowly, rolling up to a seated position. And then coming into a camel pose next. So I'm going to demo this two different ways. This will not be held very long. and being very mindful of your head and your neck in this pose, also protecting your back. So I'll do the modified version first, having your knees hip-width distance apart. From here, just placing palms behind you. Again, facing fingertips towards your tush. And then from here, just coming up. Option to even kind of stay down your bum. Just coming up this way. You can keep your head up. And notice as you start to tip your head back. Just if that's feeling okay or if that's feeling a little tight. So just being mindful of your head here. So that's one of the modifications. The other option would be to come up on your knees, really trying to keep your hips stacked over your knees. So really try not to let yourself fall back this way. This would be more intense, but then from here, coming to grab your heels. Letting your head drop back. And as you come out of that version, just being very mindful, letting your head be the last thing to come up. So finding whichever version you would like to give a try to. Again, we'll be holding this less than a minute as it can feel very intense. Finding your version of camel. Settling in, option to close your eyes, but really just keeping your focus on your breathing. You can handle this for 30 more seconds. Maybe letting your head drop back, it might feel uncomfortable, might feel vulnerable, but as long as it's not painful, using your breath to keep you here, breathing through your discomfort. Let's take one round of breath together before moving on. Big breath in. Exhale, let something go, sigh it out. And then slowly coming out of the pose. So again, just being really careful of your neck, of your low back, supporting yourself in any way you need. And then taking a moment, especially if you took the full version of camel, which can bring on a lot of dizziness. You may just want to take a seat, just allowing yourself to come back to kind of a normal pace of breath, even maybe just rounding forward or catting your back, just rounding in that opposite direction. Using your breath to help guide you, to help bring your focus to this present moment. And then staying in that counter pose or recovery pose as long as you need to. When you're ready, just coming up to a seated position, just sitting up tall. If you started out seated, maybe just switch up or cross up your legs. And just taking a moment here, just a couple rounds of breath to feel a little more focused, maybe a little refreshed. After challenging yourself in some of those heart openers. Running through this short sequence with a focus on focus. Thanks for joining me today, yogis. Namaste.